And most of these are nice because the picture's already there. You don't even have to think through the picture, so it's a little easier. So the Great Pyramid of Cheops in Egypt has a square base, 230 meters on each side. So I'll make this 230. The faces of the pyramid make an angle of 51.8 degrees with the horizontal. And we want to know how tall is the pyramid, so we are looking for the height. So the height that right there, that little line segment that I drew in, what part of the pyramid is that? The slant height. Very good. And then the slant height and the height get connected by this segment, which is the what? What part of the pyramid is that thing? Or what part of the polygon on the bottom is that thing? Goes from the center perpendicular to a side. It starts with an A. Apothegm. Remember that? If it's a regular polygon, it's the apothegm. But that doesn't really matter here. I was just wondering. But y'all did know slant height. That's way more important than knowing apothegm for a square. All right, so this is the height. This is the slant height. And then this right here is the apothegm, but it doesn't really matter. And what is the length of the apothegm here? Half of 230, so it is 115. So I have enough information to find the height, right? This is the opposite. This is the adjacent. And this over here is the hypotenuse. So what uses opposite and adjacent? Tangent. So the tangent of what? 51.8, because it always has to be of an angle, is equal to the opposite, which is the height, over the adjacent, which is 115, not 230. Then to solve for h, I just multiply both sides by 115. So the height is 115 times the tangent of 51.8. So I know that you don't all have calculators in front of you right now, and that's okay, but what do you want to double check is happening with your calculator? Degrees, yeah. So that 115 times the tangent of 51.8, I think you're fine just typing things in. It is 146.139. So 146.139 meters, not feet. I always want the feet. Meters tall. There you go. Easy enough? All right, so it says, what is the shortest distance you would have to climb up the face to reach the top? So what represents the shortest distance up here? The slant height, yeah. Because I could start at the corner here, or at the vertex, and I could climb up an edge, but that's going to be longer. And I could climb up diagonally, could do all kinds of things. But that's the shortest distance. So I'll just call this x so that we have something to call it. Now, I know what the height is. Can I use the height to help me find the slant height? I can, but I have to make sure I store it. But if I messed up on that, I have no hope of getting the right answer. So I might as well use what they gave me, which means I'll use adjacent and hypotenuse. What's that? Which trig ratio is adjacent and hypotenuse? Cosine. So the cosine of 51.8 is equal to the adjacent, which is 115, over the hypotenuse, which is x. So is there a shortcut here? Yeah, I can just switch places here. So x equals 115 divided by the cosine 51.8. So 115 divided by the cosine of 51.8, and that gives me 185.961 meters equals the shortest distance. Remember, you don't want to just say that x equals that, because nobody asked you for x. They asked you for the shortest distance. So you have to make sure that you're showing that you know what your answer means in the end, not just that you can do some math and get a number. Okay? Any questions at all? We good? Awesome.